Okay, hello. My name is Dallas Hadley. I just wanted to send this video out to all the parents of my Spanish 1 Pre-AP remote students, just to cover a little bit about the class, give you some important information. This is kind of taking the place of our mini school that we would have during a normal year. So I'm going to try to be brief. I don't want to overload you guys with information. However, if you do have any questions or if you want me to elaborate on anything at all, here's my contact info. By email, you can get a hold of me almost any time. I'm always checking it. I probably shouldn't check it even when I'm home, but I do. So if you ever have a question, I should be able to get back to you pretty quickly. By phone, there's my school phone number, and you can access me through that method before and after school. I usually leave around 4:15. So you may not always get a hold of me that way, but if you would like to give me a call, I should be able to see if I miss a call, and I can just give you a call right back. So awesome. Let me just talk a little bit about this first. So staying in the loop. There's two main really good tools that you guys can use just to stay in the loop. And this is for my remote pre-AP students, my remote pre-AP class, and all those students are really on top of things. I don't know if that's because you guys already know how to stay in the loop or if it's because they're already just super responsible. Either way, I've been super pleased with them. They've all done a great job so far this year. So Aries and Google Classroom. So I do everything through Google Classroom. And I haven't had too many hiccups with that with my pre-AP remote students. Aries is good because you can go into Aries, and I know it's kind of been an adventure, a headache, you could say, for many of us as we've been starting out the year. But hopefully everybody's getting a little bit more used to it. But you can go there and you can see exactly which assignments I've taken grades on. And if you click on those assignments, you'll see which date I assigned any particular assignment. And that corresponds directly with my Google Classroom. So let me show you an example of a Google Classroom for my class. This should be y'all's. I think I linked my online pre-AP Spanish 1. Yes. Okay. So this is y'all's Google Classroom. And here in the stream is where you'll be able to find every lesson and assignment that I post. Now, I guess that's not completely true for pre-AP because we do meet via Zoom every single day. I do have some asynchronous students who get almost every assignment here in the stream, but a lot of the assignments you will see here in the stream. So not every single one, but a lot of them you will. For example, today, I posted a quiz and I told them to go to classwork. So if it says go to classwork, you just go to the classwork tab, and I'll always tell you what the assignment's called. So October 23rd quiz, if you go to classwork, students and parents alike can find that particular assignment. Sometimes, like with projects, I'll tell the students to go to classwork and turn it in into the, on the actual assignment. So for example, they did a culture project last 9 weeks and they just assigned that, or they turned it in right here on Google Classroom by clicking on that assignment. So that's where you can access most of the things that we're doing in class and any important assignment that I need them to turn in. So with Google Classroom, you're able to get a really good glimpse about, a really good glimpse of what we're doing in class. Awesome. So going back to my slideshow here, that's the wrong one. So that's how you can stay in the loop. And if you need any other ideas or if Google Classroom isn't working perfectly for you, if you have any questions about it, again, reach out to me. And then I just wanted to cover just a few curriculum details and policies regarding our class. So as far as curriculum goes, I'm going to email out this slideshow, and you can click on this link to see our year at a glance. It tells you exactly which units we're covering and when throughout the year. It tells you how long we generally spend on them. And I don't deviate too much from it. It'll also tell you what topics we're covering, what grammar concepts we're covering, what type of vocabulary we're covering. And it'll also tell you the name of the unit, and that should help you find anything in Google Classroom that's relevant to that unit. So just in general, and I don't feel like I need to spend much time on this, but just letting y'all know that the concepts do build upon one another, kind of like math. Learning Spanish is very similar the way we do it. So the concepts will always build, and you don't want to fall behind. So don't fall behind. I always tell my students to spend about 10 minutes a day studying vocab. So that's probably the best way to stay on top of things. If you're on top of the vocabulary, the grammar and the real tough stuff kind of falls into place for most students. And then grading policies. So Spanish 1 is a high school class, so it follows the high school grading guidelines for Keller ISD. And the main two things you just want to be aware of with that are that formative and summative grades are weighted a little bit differently than the middle school grading guidelines have them. Formative grades are just 40% of your overall grade for the 9 weeks, and summative grades are weighted at 60%. So those summative grades are just a little bit more, they're just more weighted, so they're more important as far as how they affect the 9 weeks grade. And then late grade penalties are a little bit harsher in high school. If an assignment is turned in 1 day late, the grade drops to a 70. 2 or more days late, it drops to a 50. I don't like to assign zeros, so as long as I get an assignment, I'm gonna make sure students get a grade in the grade book. And of course, if there's ever any extenuating circumstances, just reach out to me. And I'm more than willing to work with students and parents. So that said, I feel like those are probably the most important things I just wanted to cover. Like I said, I don't want to overload anybody, talk too long. I don't know why I'm switching through so much there. I think I'm just fiddling. But there's my contact info if you have any questions at all. Thank you all so much. Gracias.